raised to m1x plus c2 e raised to m2x plus and so on. And if the root repeated twice, then the complementary function is c1 plus c2x or c1x plus c2 e raised to m1x plus and so on for non-repeated root. And if the root repeated thrice, if the roots are real and repeated thrice, then the same polynomial or the similar polynomial we have to consider with one more additional term there, that is by increasing powers of variable, that is x, independent variable in fact. So here, if the root repeated thrice, then complementary function will be c1 plus c2x plus c3x square, okay, and e into e to the power that repeated root m1x, okay, plus the remaining is for non-repeated root. Remember, it may be the case where the mixing roots are there, that is root may be real and complex also. So in that case, you have to write complementary function as a mixing case, that is complementary function formula for real repeated root and the complementary function formula for complex roots. Now, if the root if the roots are complex or imaginary root, that standard imaginary root or the complex root we have considered in the form of alpha plus I beta. It is not necessary that you have to consider alpha plus I beta only, but that is the standard for form of complex number we have considered here. So if the roots are of the form alpha plus I beta, that is complex root, then alpha is real part and beta is imaginary part. Okay, so as we have discussed that if alpha plus I beta is root, then alpha minus I beta is also root. That means complex numbers or these complex roots are come in pair, multiples of 2. Okay, so in that case, the formula for complementary function is e to the power real part times x, where x is independent variable, remember. Whatever the independent variable, just like if we see this example, here the independent variable is t and dependent variable is x. So whatever the solution of this differential equation you'll be having, that will be a function of t, or that will be the value of dependent variable, that is x, is a function of t, remember. So these formulas are depends on the independent variable you're having in the differential equation. So the complementary function is e to the power alpha x into c1 cos beta x plus c2 sine beta x. Remember, we don't have to consider I here, only the beta is imaginary part, remember. Most of the students are getting confused whether to consider I, cos I beta or and sine I beta. No. And one more thing, students are confused in this. If they are getting alpha minus I beta as a root, then they are considering beta as a minus. So that is not the case. Remember, if alpha minus I beta is root, then alpha plus I beta is also root. And for both of these, combinedly, we have this formula. Okay, combinedly. So don't get confused. If we are getting alpha minus I beta or 3 minus 2i as a root, then beta is always 2 in both the roots, in both the cases. Okay, so for both of these roots, we have this formula. And if such roots, if complex roots are repeated, then the similar structure or similar polynomial we have to consider here in the bracket, that is c1 plus c2x. If these roots repeated twice, then totally we have 4 constants, because if alpha plus I beta repeated twice, that means alpha plus I beta, and their conjugates also there. So that is alpha plus I beta and alpha minus I beta, alpha plus I beta and alpha minus I beta. So combinedly we have 4 roots, that means 4 constants must be there. So how to write those constants here? So complementary function in that case will be CF is equal to e to the power alpha x c1 plus c2x cos beta x plus c3 plus c4x sine beta x. Okay, so any doubt in the complementary function? Any doubt in the formulas? Please ask if any doubt. Any doubt? Is it okay with the formulas? I think we have started with the examples also in the last lecture. But still I have revised, recall all the things which are very important to discuss the solution of linear differential equation. So if you have any doubt, just go through the formulas please first. And if you have any doubt, please ask. Okay, Shreyas says no doubt. Avishkar, Avishkar Raut. Hello, Avishkar Raut. Please unmute your mic. Avishkar. Okay, Ganesh. Ganesh Shinde. Unmute your mic, please. Ganesh Shinde has left the meeting. Okay. Kritika. Are you there, Kritika? Please unmute your mic. Kritika?
Yes, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, any doubt in the formulas of complementary function?
No, sir.
Okay. So, one differential equation I have given there, that is d square plus 2d plus 1 equal to 0, right?
Yes.
Are you able to see that differential equation?
Sir, not clearly, but it's visible.
That
Quite
is
visible.
d square plus 2d plus 1 equal to 0, right? This is differential equation I have given. Okay. So, what are the
Yes.
roots there we are getting? The roots are?
-1, -1.
So, are these roots real?
Yes.
And are these roots repeated? Yes. So, -1, -7
Yes.
repeated twice. So, can you use the formula as a complementary function for those roots? Just tell me the complementary function in that case.
Complementary function. Sir, please repeat again.
See, here we are getting a real and repeated root, right? And
Yes.
we have discussed the formulas of complementary function in case of real and repeated root. If the root repeated twice,
Yes.
thrice, and so on, then we have
Yes.
discussed the formulas. So just apply that formula to the real and repeated root we are having now, -1, -1. So here the roots repeated twice, right? So apply the
Yes.
formula.
Can be C1 e raised to minus x
Uh-huh.
plus C2 e raised to minus.
Minus x. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Neha Palve.
Yes, sir.
So am I audible?
Hello?
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So can you see that differential equation d square plus 2d plus 1?
Yes, sir.
So here we are getting two repeated root, right? -1, -1. Those roots are real, as Kritika says. So can you apply the formula of complementary function to those roots?
Yes.
So tell me the complementary function.
C1 plus C2x into e to power minus x.
Minus x, exactly, because the roots are repeated. So we have to consider the polynomial like c1 plus c2x plus c3x square and so on according to the repeated root. So here the roots repeated twice, so we have to consider two arbitrary constant involved in the bracket, right? So c1 plus c2x e to the power m1x. Okay, thank you, Neha. That is correct. So I hope Kritika have cleared the doubt that if the roots repeated, then the complementary function will be c1 plus c2x e to the power minus x. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So are you able to see the differential equations, various differential equations I have given on the right side of the board? Please check and try to solve one by one. So the first solve the following differential equations. First is d square minus 6d plus 9 equal to d square minus 6d plus 9 into y equal to 0. So all the differential equations are homogeneous differential equations I have given because the right hand side is 0. We have considered purpose. So here the no function on the right hand side. So only the complementary function will be the complete solution. Remember. And if there is non-zero function on the right hand side, then particular integral will be there. Okay, we'll discuss it later on. But since there is no function on the right hand side, no function means the right hand side function is 0. So the complementary function is only the general solution, remember. Okay, so here, in this case, the complementary function will be, how to write it? Complementary function will be c1 plus c2x, as Neha says, c1 plus c2x e raised to minus x. And that will be the particular integral, complementary, that will be the general solution. So if the differential equation will be like this, then y is equal to c1, is it visible? Okay, c1 plus c2x e raised to minus x will be the complete solution, because there is no function on the right hand side. Right hand side function is 0. So solve the first one. D square minus 6d plus 9 into y equal to 0. I'm expecting everyone have to solve these examples. I'm going to ask any one of you the roots and the formula. So please take your time. And in between, if you have a doubt while calculating the root or while considering the nature of root, please ask.
Sir, second question, d square plus 2d plus
5.
or
Yes, 5. It is 5. D square plus 2d plus 5. You can keep your mobile horizontal, and you can even zoom that screen also, board also, so that you can see the questions. Kritika says the roots are -3 or 3. The roots are 3. Okay, because actually that is the expansion of d plus 3 the whole, d minus 3 the whole square, right? This is the expansion of d minus 3 the whole square. So the factor is d minus 3 repeated twice. So d minus 3 equal to 0 means d equal to 3 repeated twice. So 3 are the real repeated root. So the similar formula. So here d equal to 3 are real and repeated root. I request you all to write the explanation properly, so that while studying for the exams, you'll be able to understand why why or which formula we are using there. So right here, the roots are real and repeated. Therefore, if the roots are real and repeated twice, then we have the formula. Write the formula first, and then apply that formula to the roots. So that complementary function is the general solution in this case. So the value of y is equal to c1 plus c2x e to the power 3x. The first, yes, correct. Atharva, correct. E to the power 3x. Kritika, you have written there c1 plus c2. That is not just c1 plus c2. It is c1 plus c2x. Atharva, you also c1. It is c1 plus c2x. If you write just c1 plus c2, then that is of no use, because c1 plus c2 itself a constant. But c1 plus c2x is not constant, remember. There must be a polynomial. Satyam, please unmute your mic.
Yes, sir.
You have given the solution of first or second, or Which question?
First.
First. So if you see the order of differential equation, what is order of differential equation?
D square second degree.
Second degree,
Quadratic
right?
equation.
Second. So we must have two roots only, and those roots are 3, right? Two roots.
Yes, sir.
So there must be two arbitrary constants in the complementary function, as I said, right? But in your complementary function, there are three arbitrary constants: c1, c2, and c3.
Ah,
Is that
sorry,
correct?
sorry. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got it.
So it must be c1 plus c2x only.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Correct it. Okay. Please ask if any doubt. Okay, so let me solve one by one for you. Just check your solutions. But don't wait for my solution, please. You solve one by one. So the solution of first one is c1 plus c2x e to the power 3x. Now the second one, it is already in capital D form. The given differential equations are already in capital D form. But if they are in d by dx form, then the first step towards solution is what? Introduce capital operator D there. That is d by dx, remember. So here, the second is d square plus 2d plus 5 into y is equal to 0. So to solve this, it is already a homogeneous differential equation. Now, to get the roots, we consider its auxiliary equation, that is d square. We have to write there. Consider auxiliary equation, that is d square plus 2d plus 5 is equal to 0. That is phi of d equal to 0. Now, to solve this, we have several methods, right? Like splitting middle term method, or by completing the squares, or by quadratic formula method, or by synthetic division methods, isn't it? We can solve such example, or by even Pascal triangle also we can solve such examples. So there are several methods, and even the simplest, easiest way by calculator. Okay, so here when we solve this equation by calculator, or even or by if we try to apply the splitting middle term method, it is not possible to get the two numbers whose multiplication is 5 and addition is 2, isn't it? So we apply the quadratic formula method. It says the roots are d is equal to minus b plus minus square root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a, right? So get the values of d accordingly.
permission of all the parties, will start the development function. Now I request Dr. Radhika Menon ma'am for her introductory speech. She is Professor and Associate Dean, Research, Board of Studies member since 2010. She is the head of the Department of Mathematics, working under her energetic wings for all the great coaching. Apart from this, she
So square root of minus 16, square root of negative number is always complex number, because root of minus 16 can be written as root of minus 1 into 16, and square root of 16 is 4, and square root of minus 1 we denote it by iota. So 4 into I, right? So minus 2 plus minus 4i upon 2. So by dividing or by separating the denominator, minus 2 by 2 will be minus 1 plus minus 2i. So the roots are purely complex. Purely complex. So here, what is the real part? That is minus 1, and what is the imaginary part? 2. Right? So in this case, the solution will be, or the complementary function, and since it is the homogeneous differential equation, complementary function is only the complete solution, that is value of y. So y is equal to, right, y is equal to cf is equal to e to the power alpha. What is alpha here? Minus 1. So e to the power minus 1 into x, that is minus x, c1 cos beta, that is 2x, plus c2 sine 2x. Okay, so that is the complete solution, because there is no right hand side. Anyways, second also solved. Third one. Third question. In exam, you can use calculator, but for all the examples, calculator is not possible to apply, because you can see the example number 3. I think calculators are restricted up to order and degree 3, right? Order 3. So we have to apply the manual methods further. So let us solve the third example, that is d raised to 4 y by dx raised to 4 minus 5 d square y by dx square plus 12 dy by dx plus 28y equal to 0. So it's capital D form. Let us introduce the operator capital D, that is d by dx is equivalent to capital D. So when I substitute, what I'll get? D raised to 4 minus 5d square plus 12d plus 28 times y is equal to 0. That is the reduced form of linear differential equation. Anyway, so now consider this auxiliary equation. Its auxiliary equation is d square minus 5d square, d raised to 4. D raised to 4 minus 5d square plus 12d plus 28 equal to 0. So how to solve this? Yes, any one of you?
Synthetic division.
Yes, synthetic division method, right? So to apply the synthetic division method, as I discussed, we should know first root so that we can find the remaining root. So that first root, we can get it by trial and error, isn't it? But the trial and error method is very much lengthier. Okay, so I have given the 3 tricks in the last lecture that will help you to get the first root easily. So the first trick says, if the sum of coefficient is 0, then 1 is root, right? So is the sum of coefficient 0 here? I think no.
No.
So Here the sum of coefficient is not 0, that is 1 minus 5 plus 12 plus 28, that is not 0. So 1 is not root. Now, second trick says, if the sum of alternate coefficients are equal, if sum of alternate coefficients are equal, then minus 1 is root. So let's check here. 1 plus 12, 13, and minus 5 plus 28, that is not 13, right? So again, sum of alternate coefficients are not equal. So minus 1 is also not root. Then in that case, the third trick says, try the divisors of constant term. So if we write the divisors of constant term, 0, 1, minus 1, 2, minus 2, according to the number line, positive, negative, positive, negative. So these are not roots. So let us check for 2 and minus 2. If not, then we'll check the next root, right? 4, minus 4, and so on. Okay, so check whether 2 is root. How to check whether 2 is root? Just substitute the value of d equal to 2 there, and if we get 0, then that will be a root. So is 2 0? Is 2 a root? Please tell me. Just check.
No.
2 is not root. Then check for the minus 2. Minus 2.
Yes. 2.
Minus 2 is root.
Yes.
Okay, let me check that. Minus 2 raised to 4. Minus 2 raised to 4 minus 5 into minus 2 plus 12 into minus 2 plus 28 equal to 0. So this is, I think, 32. Here it is. This is square. So 4 minus 20 minus 24 and plus 28. So here this is minus 12 minus okay, this is plus 12 minus 24 minus 2. Is it 0?
So d raised
4
to
is
power
equals to 6.
should be 16.
Oh, I'm sorry. 30. I have taken d raised to power 5. Yes, sorry. 16 minus 4. Yes, it is equal to 0 now. So therefore, 0 is a minus 2 is a root. So we proceed with a minus 2. Minus 2. So how to consider the synthetic division method? We have to consider the coefficients provided that the polynomial must be in standard form. That means all the powers of d must be there. So here all the powers of d are there. That is 1, minus 5, 12, 28. And here, since minus 2 is root, we'll start with that. Minus 2.
Sir, d cube का coefficient नहीं आएगा क्या? 0.
Yes, it must be that. Polynomial must be in standard form. So we have to write d raised to 4 minus 5d square plus 0d cube plus 12d plus 28. And now for the synthetic division method, consider the coefficients 1, minus 5, 0, 12, and 28. So minus 2.
Sir, can't it be 1, 0, minus 5, 12?
Oh shit. It is. I'm sorry. D raised to 4 plus 0d cube minus 5d square plus 12d plus 28. Okay. So that is the standard form now. Okay. So apply the synthetic division method now. 1, 0, minus 5, 12, 28. Is it okay now? And minus 22. Is it okay now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So apply the synthetic division method. The first number we are taking as it is, or we're taking a carry. 1 into minus 2, 0 plus minus 2, that is minus 2, minus 2 into minus 2 plus 4. Okay. Minus 5 plus 4, minus 1. minus 1 into minus 2, 2. Right? Now 12 plus 2, 14. 14 into minus 2, minus 28. So this must be 0. If this is not 0, then this will not be a correct root, remember. So here also we can check whether the root we have considered to be correct or wrong. Okay. So since we are getting, this is remainder in fact, by dividing the factor d plus 2 to this polynomial. Okay. So these are the coefficients of cubic polynomial. This is a fourth order or biquadratic polynomial. So these are the coefficients of cubic polynomial. With this coefficient, what will be the polynomial? 1 into d cube minus 2 into d square minus 1 into d plus 14. Okay. And again, to find the roots of that quadratic cubic polynomial, we apply the synthetic division method. So let us see whether again 1 and minus 1 are root or not. So if sum of coefficient is 0, then 1 is root. So is it here? 1 minus 2 minus 1 minus 1 minus 1 minus 2 plus 14? That is 12. That is not 0. Okay. Is the sum of alternate coefficients are equal? That is 1 minus 1, 0. And minus 2 plus 14, 12. That is again not equal. So minus 1 is also not root. Again, then in that case, we have to check the divisors of constant term, right? That is 14. So the divisors of 14 are 0, 1, minus 1, which are not already root we have checked. Then 2 minus 2. So let us check 2. So is the 2 root for this? Let us,
minus 2.
okay, minus 2 is only the root. So let us again proceed with the minus 2. Okay, minus 2. Okay, screen is not visible maybe. Okay, with minus 2. Now we are having up to 1, minus 2, minus 1, 14. Okay, now minus 2. So minus 2, 1, minus 2, minus plus 4, because, sorry, minus 4. Minus 2, minus 2, minus 4. This is 8. Minus 1 plus 8, 7. 7 into minus 2, minus 14. So that is again correct root. Minus 2 is the correct root. Now, these are the coefficients of quadratic polynomial. That is 1 into d square minus 4d plus 7. Okay. So again, we check those tricks. 1 minus 4 minus 3 plus 0, that is not 0 again. 1 plus 7, 8 again not. Is minus 2 root again or 2? Let us check. Minus 2. So minus 2, minus 6. No, minus 2 is not root now. What is the next root? 2. 2.
So 1 और 7 का फैक्टर डिवाइजर लेना पड़ेगा.
7 और 7 के divisors, yes. Or just solve it by quadratic formula. We have the quadratic formula, right? Because these are the coefficients of quadratic polynomial, that is d square minus 4d plus 7 equal to 0. So we can apply the quadratic formula now. What is the quadratic formula? D is equal to minus b, that is 4, plus minus square root of b square, that is minus 4 square is 16 minus 4ac, 28 upon 2a. Right? So what are the roots then? 4 plus minus, here 16 minus 28 minus
minus 12.
minus 12. So minus 12 को मैं कैसे लिखूंगा? 4 into 3 into minus 1. Is it okay? Upon 2. So 4 plus minus square root of 4 is 2. Square root of 3 is root 3, and square root of minus 1 is I upon 2. Is it okay? So when we separate the denominator, it will be 4 by 2, 2 plus minus 2 will get cancelled, root 3i. Right? So 2 plus minus root 3i are the two roots. And already we have the two roots, minus 2 repeated twice. So the total, we have 4 roots. D equal to minus 2, and then 2 plus minus root 3i. Is it okay with the roots? 4 roots we are having. So write the complementary function for these 4 roots. What is the complementary function then? CF is equal to y is equal to, because it is homogeneous differential equation, so y is equal to CF is equal to what? We first write for real root. It is not necessary, again, order of root is not important, but for the simplicity purpose, we write for the real and repeated root here. Yes. So what the complementary function will be? Equals to
C1 plus C2x
Huh?
e raised to
e raised to
minus 2.
-2x, not just -2, e raised to -2x. Okay, plus what is for the complex root? E to the power 2x, e to the power alpha
E to
x,
the power.
right? Plus into bracket c1 cos
Yes.
beta. So what is beta here?
Root 3.
Root 3x plus c2 sine root 3x. So sorry, already c1 c2 we have covered, so the next will be c4 c3 and c4. 4 constants must be there, remember. So the complementary function is c1 plus c2x e to the power -2x, because the 2 roots are repeated and the next 2 roots are complex, so the complementary function plus e to the power 2x c3 cos root 3x plus c4 sine root 3x. Is it okay with this?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Next. Please ask if any doubt. The next is of order 6. D raised to 6y by dx. D raised to 6y by dx raised to 6 plus 6 d raised to 4 y by dx raised to 4 plus 9 d square y by dx square equal to 0. So such examples are very easy. Just reduce into capital D form. So it will be d raised to 6 plus 6d raised to 4 plus 9d square times y is equal to 0. All right. So consider its auxiliary equation. Its auxiliary equation d raised to 6 plus 6d raised to 4 plus 9d square equal to 0. Now solve this. So how much roots we should have? Because as it is of order 6, we should have 6 roots, remember. So let us try to get those 6 roots. Now here I can see d involved in each term. So I can take d raised to power 2 common. So when I take d square into, the rest thing is d raised to 4 plus 6 d square plus 9 is equal to 0. Okay. Now again, I feel that this is the expansion. This is the actually perfect square of something. So that is d square into, isn't it? Because this is of the form d square square plus 6d square plus 9. If I put d square by p, then it will be p square plus 6p plus 9. It is a perfect square. That is, I think,
D square plus 3. D square plus.
that is d plus p the whole square, right? Or d square plus 3 the whole square. Yeah. So this is the expansion of d square plus 3 the whole square is equal to 0. Right? So I'm writing in factored form. That will be d square into d square plus 3. Again, one more d square plus 3 is equal to 0. Okay. And now equate each factor to 0. So when I equate d square to 0, then I'll get 2 roots. That is d equal to 0, 0. Right? When I equate d square plus 3 equal to 0, that means d square is equal to -3. And that means d equal to, yes, root 3i, because it is the square root of -1. Complex root will be there. Okay. So actually it will be plus minus, because we are taking square root. So square root always a plus minus square root of root 3i. So in the, by equating one factor, we are getting 2 complex root. Again, if we equate this to 0, we'll get again the similar 2 complex roots plus minus root 3i, because that factor is repeated, isn't it? So these are the 6 roots: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, in that real roots are also repeated and complex roots are also repeated. Okay, so let us write the complementary function with these roots. Any doubt with the
Sir,
roots?
what is fifth and sixth root?
Fifth and plus minus root 3i only, because this is the repeated factor, na? D square plus 3 is the repeated factor, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
So repeated factor means d square plus 3 equal to 0 and d square plus 3 equal to 0. So when I equate one factor to 0, I'll get plus minus root 3i. The second factor is same. So again, plus minus root 3i. Any doubt with the roots? Please ask. Any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, fine. So let us write the complementary function for these roots. The complementary function will be CF is equal to, or that is the general solution, y is equal to C1 plus C2x e to the power 0x. Let me write first, because e raised to 0x is 1. So don't need to write that also. So e raised to 0x. Plus, the next is what? For repeated complex roots. What is that?
E raised to
E to the power alpha. What is alpha there?
0.
0, because it is just plus minus root 3i, purely complex number. Real part is 0, isn't it? So real part is 0, so e to the power 0x. And now for a repeated complex root, we are considering the polynomial here in terms of independent variable. That is C1. Now here C1, C2 are covered. So the next is C3, right? C3 plus C4x into cos beta, that is root 3 x, and plus next is C5 plus C6x sine beta x. One, two, three, four, five, six. Please don't get confused. If the order is more, that is again very easy. It is now actually the complementary function just depends on the method of the solution, how you are obtaining the solutions. Okay, so that is just C1 plus C2x plus C3 plus C4x cos beta x plus C5 plus C, let me write again, that is C1 plus C2x plus C3 plus C4x cos beta x, that is root 3x, plus C5 plus C6x sine root 3x. So fourth is over. Now the question number 5. See, please get clear your doubts. I'm not going to discuss complementary function further now. Okay. So if you have a doubt regarding the roots or the formula to be used, please ask. Even you can ask your doubts later also, but I'm not going to discuss the examples on complementary function later, because I think already this is the third lecture for the complementary function. Now the next is d2x by dt square plus 2 dx by dt plus 5. I think we have solved this now. This is very similar to this one. Second and fifth are the similar questions. Only the change is what? Here the dependent, yes. Here the dependent variable is y and here the dependent variable is x. Here the dependent variable is, even we cannot say here the dependent variable is x. We are assuming the dependent variable is x. Okay. It may be t or it may be anything. So even for this example, if you use the dependent variable to be t, that is okay. Don't worry. But if it is given additionally that capital D is nothing but d by dx or d by dt, then you have to write, or you have to use that independent variable. Okay. So here only the dependent variable given, independent variable we don't know. So we can use any, but habitually we are using t only. But here, this is a particular case. Here the dependent variable is x and independent variable is t. All right. So Write the complementary function. Yes, what will be the complementary function in that case? I think the roots are 1 plus minus 2i, right? Check the second one, 1 plus minus 2i. Atharva says e raised to minus t, c1 cos 2t plus c2 sin 2t. That is correct one. Minus 1 plus minus 2i. Just a minute. Huh? Any doubt in question number 5? Any doubt in question number 5?
No, sir.
Okay. Next. Okay, let me write. For the question number 5, the roots are d equal to minus 1 plus minus 2i. Please check. Please check. I don't remember that. Minus 1 plus minus 2i. So with these roots, the complementary function or the value of dependent variable, that is x, is e to the power minus 1 into independent variable, that is t. So minus t, c1 cos 2t plus c2 sin 2t. Please check your solution. And now the question number 6. Now here, what is the order of this differential equation here in question number 6? Please tell me the order of differential equation.
6.
Are you sure it is 6? Check once.
10.
It is 10, isn't it?
10.
Because here for the first factor, the order is 6. And for the second factor, order is 4. And combinedly, the order is 10. Am I clear? So we should have 10 roots and 10 arbitrary constants in the complementary function. So corresponding to the first, actually it is given in factored form. So we just have to get those roots. So for the first factor, what is the root? Let me consider the equation. D square plus 1 the cube, d square plus d plus 1 square is equal to 0. So corresponding to first, consider its auxiliary equation. That is a d square plus d, 1 into d square plus d plus 1 cube square equal to 0. It is cube here. So by equating each factor to 0, what I'll get? D square plus 1 equal to 0. And here d square plus d plus 1 equal to 0. All right. So with this, what are the roots? D square plus 1 equal to 0 means d square is equal to minus 1.
Plus minus I.
Plus minus I. Plus minus I. Square root of minus 1 iota. Imaginary root. That means 0 plus minus I. So here the real part is 0 and imaginary part is 1, not I. Remember, imaginary part is 1, coefficient of I. Now for this, let us check here this is not a perfect square. Even we cannot split the middle term. So let us apply the quadratic formula. That is
Sir,
d equal
can we
to,
take direct answer by calculator?
yes, you can definitely.
Minus 1.
Minus
Minus
1.
half. Minus half.
Minus half.
Plus minus root 3 by 2.
Root 3 by 2 I. I. So 4 roots. So these 2 roots and these 2 roots. These roots repeated thrice and these roots repeated twice. So totally we have 10 roots. Please ask if any doubt in the roots obtained by this factor. You can get the roots by synthetic division or by quadratic formula or by calculator also. So if I write the roots, here this is plus minus I. So d equal to plus minus I, plus minus I, plus minus I, because the factor repeated thrice and here the roots are, this factor repeated twice. So these root repeated twice. That is minus half plus minus I root 3 by 2 and minus half plus minus I root 3 by 2. So let us count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 10 roots. And all roots are complex. So let us write the complementary function for this. Such questions will be asked in competitive examinations. So the complementary function is the value of dependent variable, that is y, and that is equal to. Now here the order is not important. So we can use this root or this root. Let us use the first root. So since this root repeated thrice, this imaginary root repeated thrice, so the polynomial will be or e raised to 0 because real part is 0. So e raised to 0 will be 1, c1 plus c2x
x plus c3x cube.
x square.
Square, sorry.
Hmm. Uh,
Cos
Okay.
of 1x.
Cos of beta, that is 1x plus
C4 plus C5x plus C6x square. Sin x.
sin x plus
Twice. Then e raised to minus half x
minus half x or x by 2 into
bracket C7 plus C8x cos root 3 by 2x
perfect root 3 by 2x plus
plus C9 plus C10x sin root 3 by 2x.
okay, thank you. So one more thing, this is completely beta x. This x is not outside of cos, remember. This is cos of this, so cos of beta x, remember. Okay, and sine of beta x. So any doubt with this sixth one? Any doubt? I think the time is over. Actually, the time is up to 10:50 only. This system calculator is system timing is 10:38. Okay, fine. Okay, any doubt with the complementary function? Any doubt, students? Please ask. Any doubt? If you have a doubt, you can WhatsApp me in person or you can WhatsApp on the group also. Fine. No, no, ma'am. Okay, students, join Tech Academy ma'am's link, please. Thank you. We stop here.